All right. Now we'll kind of finish up this vertical weave deep dive with the mountain mode, right? So it's going to be standing inside the box where the edges of the orbit come together like you're inside facing a corner, and then bring them together, and your nexus is going to be right in front of your hands, right in front, not in between like the previous one. So with this, if you remember back to the weave video, we had these in-swing weaves, right? And then we could do all of the kind of weaves we were doing before by turning this inside out or making them cross in between my arms. Then I can do the in-swing thing, like just like the other one. Or I can do the out and around. But those are kind of niche and going to be outside the scope of this particular series, maybe at the end or something. But let's just look at the natural weaves that occur with this mountain mode vertical thing. We'll begin by exploring our stable moments that we could get here, stable atoms. So just a tether on the outside of each hand coming together at a 90, that's a pretty stable one. And then we can do our 2-beat thing and pause so that both of the tethers are on the left side for me of their native arm, or I can bring them both to the inside, or I can bring both tethers to the right side for me of my native arm, right? And each one of those are stable. I can hold them there. Those are all in forward. So forward, both on the right side, both on the inside, both on the left side, both on the outside, right? Now we can do the same thing in reverse, both on the outside, both on the left, both tethers on the outside, both tethers on the right, both tethers on the inside. So this is just a good drill. Play with these, and you get your cool, weird rhythms that turn into weaves by exploring all of that. So now let's go back to this first one. I'm going to turn to my right. So let's bring both tethers to the right side of your arm. Both hands, both tethers on the right side. And then we explore my range of motion here, just keeping the tethers and the orbits relative to each other the same, just kind of moving that around. And you'll come to this point where you can't really go anymore because your body gets in the way. We're going to do the same drill now. Bring both of your tethers to the right. Both of the tethers to the left and in your reverse. And then do the same kind of exploring thing. And you'll find your little zone that this atom will work in where your body doesn't get in the way. But again, we get to this center point here, and that's about as far as you can go. So now, let's just switch where the nexus is. Facing down. If I switch this hand for this hand as it crosses that center line, the nexus is now on the mirrored side facing up. So just kind of play with that. Switch. One's on the inside, one's on the outside. I switch which one's on the inside and which one's on the outside. So from the center, now they're both on the right side. Switch. Switch. So my right hand is on the outside. The left hand is swinging through that center space. Now the left hand is on the outside, and the right hand is swinging through that center space. That's that unstable lateral polarity atom. That's really fun. It's a fun kind of thing to play with. The instability is fun. It's neat. And you can kind of stabilize on one side or the other, but you can't really stay in that middle moment. And you can fountain this out. And from the other side. So there's that 2 presentation thing. And you can use all of these different stable points and that bouncing moment here to navigate any direction you want to face. So those are, and then another way to present that is just kind of a fun weave, the culmination of these drills, really. Let's do forward. Bring the right hand over, so both tethers are on the left. bounce through that unstable moment, and then bounce right back. Bring it back to the center. Now you bring the left hand's tether to the right, bounce through that unstable moment, bounce back, repeat. And that's just one of my favorite weaves from this style of atom, from the mountain mode vertical. It just kind of flops almost effortlessly, has a cool effect from both the front and the side. And you can turn, do all of this in reverse, just like, so you get this cool freedom of motion, 360. You can face any direction and keep your planes, just like we would with vertical planes. How we keep our planes in the same place regardless of which way we're facing. We're doing that now, just in an atomic way. So have fun exploring all of these. Try to turn, explore your 360s, get pretty familiar with this stuff. We're going to get into the flowers again, but these are the vertical flowers. That's the next video. They're a lot of fun. They're some of my favorite flowers in the atomic world.